Oh, so it's that time again. Same franchise, different game, same problem. I've got problems with vault space. Except this time I'm in a new tower, as you can see. And Destiny 2 has a larger vault space than what I had in Destiny 1, and a different way that the economy's been managed, but I've still found myself in the same problem, running out of vault space. And this is due to a phenomenon known as induced capacity. If you provide space for storage, people will fill it. It's one of these big problems, and I'm a living example of that. So I'm actually on my secondary character just now. I'm on my Warlock, who hasn't been treated very well. He's actually been treated like a mule on this game for carrying extra things, but I've decided I've been having a bit of fun with the Warlock since there's been some changes to the exotic armor and stuff, and I've decided I'm going to play him a bit more than I do in my Titan. So let's have a look at my vault first, and you can see there are 6 pages. In Destiny 2 it doesn't really divvy it up into guns and armor and other shit like that. You know, your inventory is generally separated and shared across all characters. I mean, you can put things in the vault if you want, but you don't need to do it for transfer reasons. And I'm saying this now because when I watch this in 20 years' time, I'll be like, how did that work again? But anyway, so we'll go through the vault, and you can see something here is I've got all these different guns. Some exotics in here, and the kiosks of Destiny 1 have gone now, and we have collections. So if you dismantle things, you know, you can always get them back. So, yeah, that's how that works. My general rule with this game has been I want one of each. Now, Destiny 2 at this current time does not have random rolls and guns. Everyone's the steady hand is the same, so I only need one. Where a problem I had in Destiny 1 was I used to keep several different versions of guns because I liked certain rolls. So anyway, I've got all these different guns, and they come from a variety of sources, from the vanilla vendors in the game. They come from Iron Banner, they come from faction rallies, you know, which give their own unique guns. And these ones with these little symbols above them, like that one that looks like a little eye there, comes from Curse of Osiris. These ones are Masterworks weapons, I'm holding on to them. So I have a lot of guns, and oh my god, I've just noticed saying I have a duplicate in here. Well, we can't have that. One of the great things about Destiny 2 is I can do this. Yes, I've just dismantled straight from the vault. It saves me a whole few seconds of my life. It's rather brilliant. I've got a couple of duplicate snipers in here. We shouldn't have that. So the aim of this thing is today I'm at this problem again where I've got 300 slots in my vault and I have a lot of guff in here I need to clear out. Now the problem with this is not actually the guns, and I'm not really intending on deleting that. It's armor and consumable items, which give me the problems. I mean, these transmat effects, mods and shaders are a big problem. I hate the shader system in Destiny. They've made more shaders than you're allowed in your shader inventory, which is 50, and yet there's probably over 100 different shaders in these things. And I mean, I like them, to be honest with you. Different ones I've got from different things. I want to keep all these, but I think some of the crap ones need to go. But here's the problem. I mean, you see I've got 49 of the maroon moons here. I hold down the dismantle button, and yep, now I've got 48. Now I've got 40. Yeah, I've got better things to do in my life than do that. And you know how the game goes; it just gives you more of them. But one of the things is these transmat effects. Now I tend to store these up because see, when you get 3 of these blues, you can actually hand them in at Amanda Holiday, the shipwright, and she turns them into a legendary, which is always nice. I've got Hive Arrival, Taken Arrival, Vex Arrivals. I do quite like them. But I'm going to get rid of some of these ones. Crucible Green, I'll probably keep those ones. I'll keep the Rabbit one. Green Beam Effects, Purple Beam Effects, don't want that stuff. And you'll see in the top right corner I'm actually getting Silver Dust for doing this. So that can be used for cosmetics I actually want at the wonderful Eververse store. I'm going to keep these Dawning ones because, you know, the Dawnings are kind of like a one-off event, and I quite like that one. Keep the Dawning shaders as well. I'm just having a look at some of the other shaders There seem to be in my vault. Nessus Mirage. I'll probably end up getting more of these at some point, but I'll get rid of them. Now, it's not coming up with anything here because I presume it's because my Glimmer is full. So let's just go back out and have a look at my character. Ah, yes. Now, another rule, I mentioned this in my other Destiny videos, is always make sure when you're going for a clean out, never have your Glimmer full. In this game, you don't seem to have a problem with legendary marks getting full, but Glimmer. So, what I do, how do I spend and get rid of Glimmer? Well, if I go to Cade sometimes buy his maps and his scout reports, but if not, I go to this dude who seems to be looking at the same gun over and over every time I go to him, and just buy random mods. And you'll notice they're at 2,500 each, so I think I'm going to spend a bit of money here, get them in. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, well, you've got enough mods, what do you turn the mods into? Well, I then dismantle the mods into gunsmith materials and legendary shards. So it's a kind of a carousel of economy that goes on here where I have Glimmer, I turn them into mods, I either dismantle the mods, or I keep them, and if I dismantle them I get legendary shards and gunsmith materials. Then I go back to the gunsmith, hand in my gunsmith materials, get weapons out of them, and if I don't like the weapons then I dismantle them, and I get legendary shards out of them. So as you can see, I've got quite a few here, so I'll probably take that solar one in there, but I don't really want these things, and I'll just dismantle straight away from the Postmaster. Now in Destiny 1 I use the Postmaster as a separate vault. It's still very much the case here. This often ends up very, very full. As you can see, I've got a shader sitting in there that I don't have enough room. In my shader inventory, it's totally full. So I need to think about getting some of these ones into the vault. It's one of the reasons I'm clearing a lot of room. The other thing I'm thinking of doing is getting rid of some armor, because I tend to keep a lot of the armor that I've picked up in the game, even though I don't use it. Like this stuff, the stuff here which has got the 10 defense and stuff on it, these are Eververse things, and I'd like to keep them ideally. That's some future war cult gear that I got. I actually don't know what the hell that is, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So, you know, closer examination, a lot of stuff. I do keep a lot of rubbish in here. I'm just not that arsed about, to be honest with you. High-minded complex. I don't know what that is. Is that Dead Orbit or something? It is. Oh well. So I've cleared out quite a lot of room here. I'm going to put some shaders in here because I'm really running out of room with these. So look for some, obviously, that I don't use very often. I mean, my most valuable shaders are actually my Dead Orbit shaders, the black one. I love my Bumblebee, and I love this red. It looks pink, but it comes up red. It looks amazing on my Titan armor. So I got these from Crimson Days, very rare. No one else bothered their arse to come on and play this event with me, so I was very happy to have them as a kind of a sign of my commitment to this game through what was probably one of its lowest points. So yeah, I'm just gonna dump some of these shaders in here and go from there. So anyway, look, I don't need to share that. I just wanted to give a little preview of my vault and my guns, things like that. Currently, my Warlock is sporting one of my favourite guns here on his back, which is the Inaugural Address, which is risen from going from a good gun to an absolutely brilliant gun. The Nightshade, it has also got kill clip. I absolutely love it. Again, that's risen from being good to being amazing with the pulse rifle buff, and well, my favourite legendary weapon in the game by far. It's got to be the shotgun that you see on my back there, which is Satan 14 shotgun, the Perfect Paradox, which I've got a Masterworks for. Full auto shotty, very similar to the Hawthorne's Field Forge shotgun. I just absolutely love it, and I grinded quite a lot to get that, so I'm really, really chuffed with it. But yeah, that's the state of play with things in Destiny 2. I'll probably come back at some point, maybe in a year, and have a look and see how the vault space is going and see how much the game has changed. But yeah, there you go. That is that. See you next time.